you might have guessed, it's dark. Very dark. So, I don't want to spend too much time here. I mean, my choosing this area was literally pick your poison. It was either that or cruelty-free. And in either case, I really can't stay all that long. Wait a second, there's a zone receiver here. I think there were any in the mid-zone, but I suppose I should have figured that there would be some. Dark in this area, but that doesn't exactly stop things like bioluminescence. And bioluminescence seems to be a feature of the mid-zone. You know what else? There is an anchor, and it's... I didn't... Oh. Those things. What was that? Scrambler, but I have no idea what just happened to it. Where's my anchor radar? I'm going to use it to determine where the anchor is here. It should be in this general direction. That looks about right. I'll be able to sort of home in on the car. Hold it. Yep, we have contact. Eye contact. That's very handy. All right. Bubblegum, I did see it, which is... And there's the car. There we go. Wasn't expecting to be able to do that. So I'm going to go a bit further on this road to somewhere that's a little bit closer to that zone receiver. There's buzzsaw. Have to kind of cross it. There we go. Not a moment too soon either. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Those buzzsaws, alright. Just a little bit further down the road. Okay. So there should be a zone receiver around here somewhere. Let me just put this back. And if I'm reading the map correctly, I think it should be this way. The only problem here is that it's pitch black out. But that doesn't stop the lights on zone receivers. Okay, let's play this. Oh, wait a minute.
Here's what we know. Over 50 years ago, in November of 1946, Dr. Ophelia Turner was 27. She had recently returned home to the Olympic Peninsula to lick her wounds after a failed stint in academia. In a fit of obsession or redemption, or, quite frankly, both, she cobbled together a laboratory in her basement and produced the first limb wave on nothing but a killer hunch and plain ingenuity. Or so the story goes. It's never clearly stated anywhere what limb waves and limb technology really were. It's all vague claims and wild theories, dreams that border more on the mystical than the scientific. What we do know is that limb stood for unlimited frequency. Radio waves, once souped up and modulated just right, supposedly enabled the control of matter in a way that modern science both back then and now could only dream of. After Dr. Turner's discovery, she and a few friends, scientists and PhDs all, toyed with limb in their garage labs for about 4 years. The local police and fire departments start making regular house calls, spurred on by increasingly disgruntled neighbors calling in about incidents that seem to grow larger and more disturbing as the years go on. After one too many reports, the federal government takes notice, and thus begins their severe interest in limb technology. The next part happens quickly. In 1955, the United States government seizes not only the physical area where Dr. Turner and her scientists live, but the entire concept of limb technology. The area is at first evacuated under the pretense of safety, but quickly commandeered by the government. They establish a brand new department called ARDA, Advanced Resonance Development Authority, which was to be headed by Dr. Turner herself. Over the next 15 years, the government expands the zone's borders. They clear out civilians as they go and erect massive 500-meter walls to keep out an increasingly curious public. The zone started in the northernmost tip of the peninsula, then expanded outward twice, once in 1961, again in 1967, to the outer perimeter we see now.
And that was brought to you by another zone receiver, courtesy of yours truly. So my flashlight went out in the middle of that, but I got another one. And you know what else I got? Some space now to store, well, there we go. You know what else? I ought to make some more use of things that don't, of the space in my side storage, to store things that don't stack, like these log files, for example. My game of dodge bubblegum buddy has been working out really well so far, but if I actually said that, then they'd all mob me at once, wouldn't they? What the wind is blowing us away, somebody stop. that, but I have to conserve battery power and get around this call box. The last thing I want is my car to start corroding on me. So I don't think I really need anchor radar this time. The anchor plug is on the road, so as long as I follow the road, I should eventually run into it. In fact, there it is now. I suppose I could loot that building, but I'm not so sure I have the time for it. That's both of them. So absent any bubble gum, it should be clear sailing, relatively, from here to barricade. Before I forget, I ought to refuel though. Blocked up doorway. I don't think there's much of anything around this building. Maybe I'm just thinking I ought to get going and start looking for more marsh eggs and those red orbs. But I knew I saw a car somewhere here. Now, if only I could see my way. Maybe I'm just feeling around for where the fuel tank is. I forget it. There. That car didn't have a fuel tank. What kind of car doesn't have a fuel tank? I know I shouldn't be doing this now, but I can't really say no to this either. Especially since I don't have to wait for them to sprout, so I just... Still gotta watch my time, though. was that? Why can't I move? Crooks. I'd go after some of the stuff they swiped off me, but don't have time for it. As long as those things just pick my pocket, not my hands. I got those theft-proof gloves just in time, didn't I? There's the way out. And now... Ooh, it's both windy and stormy, and there's a thing I can't recognize. An ozone receiver in there? Huh. And there's anomalous clouds. But I do have a hefty chunk of time in here, and there's a hefty amount of corrupt energy. Spires. Things don't seem to... Okay, look, I was going to say that things don't seem to look that bad, but in all honesty, if I were to say that, then they'd really go belly up. Before I do anything in the zone, though, I noticed there is a fuel can somewhere ahead. Yeah, there it is. These things always disappoint me. Oh, wait a second. I think this area is where the stabilizer was that I tripped. I had to hightail it out of there. And it wasn't that bad as I remember. Sorry, what was that? Whoa, hey! Why is my car going the other way now? Find out what this thing actually is before. Well, I don't know what that was. So, okay, Whoa. I can't scan these either. Let me see, what is wrong with my... Okay, one of my tires is flat. And one of my windows is broken. nose is broken. If I can keep ahead of whatever this thing is, I can find out which tire. Okay, so I'm going here with no car. Whoa! Okay, I'm approaching this thing. Okay, just scanned it. Just go back. It's my car. Wait until whatever this thing is calms down. Come on. Maybe eat my way to better health. My repair putty. Here we go. Sinking feeling I'm gonna need this stuff pretty badly. Fortunately, I got chemicals. I can probably throw together more. This tire's flat too. Okay, so I just gotta drive past that thing, like, really quick.